This is a relatively large redwood tree in the large Stout Park located in Chicago. People decided to cut it down because it grew too close to a three-phase power line. When the tree grows large, branches that fall during bad weather will cause power lines to break and cause power outages for nearby households. Tree felling is done by experienced cutters and is approved by a large number of people. After the redwood tree is cut down along with some other fir trees, they will plant some environmentally friendly trees instead. This 50 feet tall tree is located at a local golf course. Due to several large branches falling into the yard and other safety concerns, they decided to remove it. This tree-lined golf course requires at least 10 meters of habitat separation. Otherwise it will change the layout of the fairway, making the hole easier. Due to such a special location, it is not possible to cut down the tree's stump and let it fall down, but must first clean up the small landscape along the tree trunk. The branches around the tree trunk are quite large, so they need a chainsaw to cut them. Fortunately, the width of the tree canopy is quite narrow. After being cut, tree branches fall directly onto the grass below the tree. After the branches are cut, the trunk of the old tree is straight. The last branches are being cleaned up before they cut the old tree into short pieces and carefully pull them down. The tree cutter is tying the strongest ropes around the tree trunk to determine the section that will be cut into the first piece. Then, the tree cutter uses a chainsaw to cut the tree out. The saw blade is large and long so that it can be inserted deep enough into the trunk of the tomato tree to cut smoothly in just one pass. This was not an easy job because he was working in the air and there was very little room to stand and perform the soaring. This is not a suitable job for people afraid of heights. This is almost the highest area of the tree because it is quite close to the top of the tree. And the first log cut down also takes the longest. From a distance, the tree cutter is too small compared to the old tree. We only see a small black dot and the tree's tip is coming off the top. Whether cutting at the base of the tree or cutting the top of the tree, for such large trees, if you want the log to fall, you must use the open cut method to create a direction for the log to fall. and use a wooden wedge to hammer into the back cut. At this time, the log with the force from the wooden wedge will slowly fall in the direction of the opening and the zipper to avoid falling too far and causing danger. Then, one by one, the logs are also cut and pulled down to the grass within 10 meters to avoid changing the golf course's fairways. The Actros V8 6x6 truck manufactured by Mercedes-Benz has just been loaded with wood onto 2 trailers and is leaving the wood yard. The powerful timber truck with a 6x6 axle configuration, 550 horsepower, and uses a powerful, active diesel engine. This is a method of loading and unloading wood from a truck without the need for any tools or support equipment. The driver uses the oscillating inertia of the object and then suddenly moves forward and backward, which can cause all the wood on the car to slide off the trunk floor. Not only the timber truck Mercedes 2636 but the 2660 series is also quite popular when it comes to loading all terrains well. This is a timber delivery point in the village of Oravikoski near Kuopio, Finland. Trucks carrying would come there and stack them neatly into bundles like this. Then, these wooden bundles will be lifted into the water by forklifts through a sliding ladder designed right on the bank of the canal. The bundles of wood are gently dropped into the water and float on the water surface waiting for a canoe to push them onto the raft. The canoe is always there so that when a wood cart comes, it will appear and do the job of pushing the bundles of wood that have been dropped into a large wooden raft. After pushing a bundle of wood into the correct position, the canoe immediately turned around to transport the second bundle of wood into the position to create the raft. And the same goes for the third bundle of wood. These rafts will be floated about 250 kilometers 150 mi to the southern areas of Lake Saimaa, to the vicinity of the towns of Joutseno and Lappeenranta. In order for the wooden bundles to float on the water like that, the wood is not 100% fresh but has been dried a bit. This method is applied to special natural conditions, but the transport speed will be slower than other transport methods. The quality of wood after being soaked in water for too long will not be very good because the wood's structural layers will begin to expand, breaking the bonds therein. Holes Transport's tractor truck full of wood was moving at a fairly fast speed down the mountain. At the turn, the truck decelerated slightly and then immediately turned the corner quickly and accurately. The timber truck full of wood lost control, causing part of the truck to fall to the edge of the road, and the timber tilted completely down like an overturn. The Laser 130 tractor is struggling on a muddy road and is stuck because the mud mixed with tree branches and rolled into the tractor wheels. Another reason why the tractor got stuck was because it was carrying a large bundle of wood behind it, causing the tractor to become unbalanced. The operator of the tractor decided to let it fall far behind and gain momentum to speed through the muddy section. Each time the plow backs up and moves forward, the road has two quite deep grooves. This is also a new difficulty for vehicles passing here. And finally, with a powerful 50 kilowatts engine and rear tire size, for 60 forward/85 or 38, front tire, for 20 forward/85 or 28 helps the tractor be able to overcome a muddy road. And after this muddy road, it will continue to face the next few muddy roads that are equally as difficult to go as the previous one. Timber truck Mercedes-Benz Actros 2636 is quite popular in transporting wood in the forest to gathering yards. Not only because of the good loading capacity but also because of the excellent off-road ability of MB Astros 2636. Terrain with moderate subsidence and not too muddy is not a big problem for MB Astro 2636. It can be easily overcome. This timber truck Mercedes-Benz Actros 2636 has just added an additional compartment between the two trailers to carry more wood. Adding another piece of wood to the connecting section without a supporting wheel axle causes the timber truck to be unbalanced and slightly sagging in the middle.